How many strategies do you have now? You know what? I don't even label them as strategies. I say one. I'm a price action trader. They're all price action. I would maybe I'll put it like this. I would say, so if we would separate them, maybe advanced pattern formations are one because those are unique. I would normally say trend continuation and counter trend, but you know how I feel. I don't actually believe there is a trend, right? So I put them all in the same area, so I would put it all under, price action. But if I had to break it up, advanced pattern formations, you can say classic pattern formations, classic patterns. So like head and shoulders, flags, stuff like that. But again, that all falls under price action as well, because as we mentioned before, I don't trade those things unless they fall within my analysis, unless they come at certain levels of structure. So I just like to say price action trading, but many different ways to involve myself in a price action trade. So let's think about it like this, right? So one of the things we talk about in the course is, right, and let's see how you guys remember this. There are only 3 ways to trade. Who remembers those 3 ways to trade? No matter what you do, there are only 3 ways to trade. This was in Foundation Course 2. Who remembers? Pop quiz. Well, no, up, down, sideways. Yeah, those are the 3 ways the market moves. Yes, that's a correct answer. But what are the 3 ways to trade? There are 3 types of trades. Up, down, sideways. The 3 ways the market can move. That is 100% true. What are the only 3 ways we can trade? Paul says trend reversal, trend continuation. So there is breakouts, there are pullbacks, and there are reversals, right? I'll give an example of both, right? Or all 3. There are breakouts, as we just spoke about, where, let's just say, make it simple, it could be a consolidation pattern, but let's say we're here, we're doing this, and you're trading a breakout. So price action is in consolidation at some type of level, and boom, it breaks out. That's one way. There are reversal, right? Reversal would be price action coming to this level, let's say a double top, for example, and then reversing, right? Like that. And then there's trend continuation. There's continuation, right? Or pullback trade, right? Where price action comes here, breaks this level, we pull back to that level of previous structure resistance that now turns into support, and wrong color, and then we do this, right? So no matter what type of strategy you're trading, and I'd love for you to challenge me on this if you want, and I'm open to a 4th category, but no matter what type of strategy you're trading, it falls under this category. So someone give me an example of a type of trade. It could be a classic pattern formation. It could be an advanced pattern. Someone just type in any type of example, and so I can show it to you. That way I'm not cherry picking this or hand picking this. And again, I don't really care if there's a 4th type. I just, my job, I like to simplify things for my own small brain purposes, but also when coaching you guys, I think it's very important that we understand that, hey, like, let's not overcomplicate trading, because there's so much information out there that it's overwhelming, and we don't need to make it that way, right? A lot of smart people make it that way to prove that I'm so smart, right? And you can't do it on your own, right? But you can. We simplified it. So head and shoulders, right? So Rob says head and shoulders. So a head and shoulders pattern, here's the cool thing about head and shoulders. All 3 of these ways could be taken into head and shoulders. Do you have a head and shoulders on the chart? All right, let's take this one right here. It's not the greatest looking one in the world, but let's take this head and shoulders. I'll draw it on knees and toes. Not the picture perfect head and shoulders. Where are you at here? Come on. Did I just miss it? I'm bad. Here we go. Head and shoulders. Right. So let's look at this head and shoulders right here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Let's draw the horizontal neckline right down here. We really should be connecting the dots. Let's do it like that. Here, head and shoulders. All right. So let's take our 3 ways of trading. The first one was breakout. I think that's the obvious one. How would we trade this head and shoulders as a breakout? Talk to me. This one's a pretty easiest one. Pretty easy one, right? Sell stop right underneath the shoulder line, right? Or the neckline. Long day. Sell stop right underneath the neckline, right? As price action breaks out of this neckline, boom. trade it down. Or if you can wait for the lower low, lower close if you're more conservative, right? But that's a breakout. Okay, how would we trade it as a pullback or a continuation? Not this example, but a head and shoulders in general. Nope, not a buy stop above the shoulder. Nope. Yep. Sorry, yes, for Rob. Yeah. So, right. So after we break and close below the neckline, this confirms the pattern. All right. So just like any other type of pullback trade, right? Wait for a pullback. The neckline is a previous level of structural support, which now acts as resistance. Wait for the pullback into the neckline, and then try to sell the continuation down, right? Like no different than any other normal pullback trade, right? Is that any different than this? Than if we were trading and broke a level of structure here? It's not different at all. So you can see head and shoulders, which could be a strategy, right? Classic pattern formations. You can trade it as a breakout trader in a certain way. You can trade it as a pullback or a continuation trader in a certain way, right? Anything goes underneath that category, right? Anything goes underneath that category. Let's take we were talking about Canada earlier, the flag pattern. Again, I didn't like the location of the flag pattern, but let's look at the flag pattern on dollar Canada, and we talk about, hey, what if we want to trade a break? What if we want to trade this, right? Well, let's go to our three different ways, right? Our first way is breakout. So talk to me, help me out again. How would we trade this as a breakout? If I'm going under my 3 ways of trading, how would I trade this as a breakout? What would I do? Come on, this is easy. We just talk about it. No tricks. Yeah. Buy stop above the highs, or wait for a break and close and buy after the close of the candle if you want confirmation. Boom. How would I trade this as a reversal? And again, this is where you can have a reversal trade that is with the trend, a reversal trade which is against the trend, right? Well, if I planned on getting involved down here, right? Let's say I want to buy a breakout prior to the breakout, right? Well, if price comes down here, and let's say I get my 3-bar reversal or whatever like that, you guys know what I'm trying to draw. 3-bar reversal like that, boom. That's my reversal pattern. Buy it up in anticipation of the breakout, right? And if I want to trade as a pullback trader, how do I trade as a pullback trader or a continuation trader? What do I wait for? Yep, I wait for the confirmed breakout, and I look for the pullback, and then look to trade it right here. So a simple classic pattern formation, you can trade it as a breakout, you can trade it as a reversal, you can trade it as a pullback trader, right? If you can understand those 3 categories of trading, you can literally trade anything. You can literally trade anything, and I think it makes it less confusing, because now we're not seeing this, right? We're Neo in the Matrix. We're not seeing this as, oh my gosh, flag, triangle, this, head and shoulders. How do I trade this? How do I trade that? How do I this? What about that? Right? We limit all this confusion, and we just see it like, okay, well, this is a head and shoulders. Yes, a head and shoulders does give me certain clues about the market. Yes, an ascending triangle, we spoke about earlier with Paul, right? We broke down the ascending triangle and the buying versus selling habits, right? Yes, an ascending or descending triangle does give me different clues about what's likely to happen, right? Those are important. Don't get me wrong. Those are important. But we know that we can use those clues, but when it comes to the specifics of trading this pattern, well, how do I get involved, Akil? Well, you have 3 ways. Breakout, reversal, continuation. And not all, they won't all be present in every situation. Usually the breakout and the continuation, the reversal won't be present all the time, like the head and shoulders example. But those are the 3 ways to do it. And if you can understand those 3 ways, it simplifies things, and it has you looking at all the quote unquote complicated stuff in a whole different light. Because now you can focus on the thing and the specific clues that the things give you. But when it comes to the D part, to decide, you've got 3 ways. Boom, boom, or boom. So that's why I wanted to break it down like that in the foundation course, because I think it is I think it's very beneficial if you simplify it, and if you can master those 3 ways or discover which way is your way, then it's going to give you some real good consistency in how you trade, but it'll also open up a lot of different opportunities that you maybe didn't think exist, because you don't have to trade a certain thing a certain way. You can get creative and find different ways to do it. So cool stuff right there.